Storymaker here, and today we're doing our new ranking video of all the Spider-Man movies. Now, hope you enjoyed this video. So in this video, we're gonna rank Spider-Man movies. In this video, we're using Sonic the Hedgehog characters. Now enjoy the video. Alright, let's lace up our sneakers and swing right into action. Spider-Man has an incredible run on the big screen, spanning different eras, multiple dimensions, and iconic actors who all brought something unique into the mask. Spider-Man films are interesting as long as it's done right. Spider-Man films are great, but the first Goblin I can't stand. I have nightmares. Let's go. I want to see the Spider-Man grow. Okay, I got the tier list ready. Now let's go. Okay, we start with the original Raimi Spider-Man. Oh, classic Tobey Spider-Man. I love the wrestling scene. Let's go. That Goblin is scary, but great movie. Best horror film in action. Amy, it's not a horror film. Are you sure? Amy, I'm with Shadow on this one. There are way too many bright colors and web swinging for it to be a horror movie. It's just a classic superhero adventure. Well, actually, guys, director Sam Raimi did make famous horror movies before this. Remember the scene where the Goblin turns the board members into literal green skeletons? That was pretty spooky. Skeletons or not, the real peak of the movie is the cage match. Bonesaw McGraw was a formidable warrior, and Spider-Man had to fight for his honor. That's perfect action. The girl might be onto something, Sonic. A maniac talking to himself in the mirror while wearing a terrifying green mask is physiological terror. Not that it scares me, of course. See? Shadow gets it. That laugh gives me a total nightmares, but the action makes it so worth it. Alright, the analysis complete. Now we're going to put this in the tier list, guys. We need to lock in an official rank for Spider-Man. It's gotta be A tier or higher. Is the one that started the whole modern superhero craze. You can't have a tier list without giving respect to the blueprint. Alright, now we got Spider-Man 2, which is best of the trilogy. Peter got fired from being a couple of minutes late. Oh, I'll give that manager a smack of my pico pico. Whoa, take it easy there, Amy. It's just pizza. I like Otto and his tiny son. That is tech genius. Yeah, Amy's Joe's Pizza has a strict 29-minute guarantee. If Peter's late, the customer gets a free pizza and Mr. Ozzy flips out. But running for the streets carrying extra large pizzas while trying to save the kids is definitely a high-speed challenge I can respect. The manager lacks honor. A true warrior respects a man who fights to protect the innocent, even if it makes him late for the delivery. He did not deserve to be fired. If Parker uses chaos energy or just ran faster, he wouldn't have this problem. But Octavius building an artificial sun in the laboratory, that takes an extreme ambition. Too bad his own creation control his mind. Weak will. I don't care about 29 minutes, Sonic. Peter was doing his best, but Tails is right. Doc Ock's mechanical arms are so cool, even if they try to turn him bad. Still, nobody fires Spider-Man on my watch. Exactly. The AI in those tentacles overriding his nervous system after the inhibitor chip broke was a tragic engineering disaster. but controlling nuclear fusion is Riverfront Lab. Brilliant, even if it was dangerous. And let's not forget the iconic train scene. Ha! The boy fainted after that. Knuckles, he saved every life on that train. Have some respect. Whoa, chill out, Knuckles. Shao is completely right here. Peter used his bare hands and pure willpower to stop a runaway train at top speed. I know a thing or two about breaking limits, and that was legendary. I do not deny his strength. Stopping a massive metal beast with nothing but webbing and muscle takes the spirit of a true warrior. I only meant his stamina failed him at the end. But yes, he defended the helpless with honor. It was so beautiful. And did you see how the passengers carried him inside so gently? They promised to keep his secret. It proves that if you protect people with all your heart, they will protect you right back. Okay, S tier. No argument there. Next, Spiderman 3. So there's a black alien that causes trouble. Just like Shadow. What did you say? Boys, stop fighting. Also, I like the Sandman. Yikes. Watch it, Knuckles. You're gonna start another war between the Egnas and the ultimate life form. Though a black sticky alien goo that makes the host edgy, arrogant, and aggressive. Yeah, okay. I can see why you thought of Shadow. I am nothing like that mindless parasite sludge. The venom symbiote preys on weak minds and empathizes their worst traits. I control my own dark power for the sheer discipline. Do not insult me, Knuckles, or you will feel the black of my glove. Bring it on, Hedgehog. I do not fear chaos energy. But fine, Amy is right. We have a tier list to make. I'll admit that Sandman's character is a much more honorable fighter. He only stole money to save his sick daughter. Sandman's origin scene was amazing. The CGI breakdown, his molecular structure merging with the sand particles was visually stunning. It was a tragic accident, but his motivation makes him a really sympathetic villain. Knuckles are nothing compared to Sandman's punches. Oh, don't make me bring her up, Shadow. Knuckles, don't say the Maria. Okay, fine. I'll leave that Shadow be for now. Phew, crisis averted. Good call, Amy. You're welcome. Peter almost lost himself to that black suit because he let the anger take over, and I'm not letting that happen to our team. Let's just focus back to the movie. Yeah, I'll give this B tier. Rather love it or hate it, it's decent both ways, and Blake McGuire is awesome. Oh my gosh, the black suit haircut. He was stuttering down the streets of New York, snapping his fingers and pointing at random people. It was so cringe, but you can just look away. Bully McGuire is a total icon. You all laughed, but Parker's finally stopped holding back. He threw a pumpkin bomb back at his rival's face and took what he wanted. That edgy phrase was the only time he showed real backbone. B tier is fair placement for his awakening. Next, the amazing Spiderman. Oh yeah, it's the one with the reptile. That suit, it's sloppy. Oh come on, Shadow. That basketball leather texture on that suit is pretty sick, and those gold lenses look sharp when he's moving fast. Plus, Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man has some serious agility. He moves like lightning. Biologically, Dr. Kirk Connors trying to use reptilian limb regeneration DNA on humans was incredibly reckless, but the execution was terrifying. A giant lizard stalking Peter through a high school, that was serious threat level. The lizard is a beast of pure power. He tore through the sewers and shattered concrete with his tail. But Peter used his webs, trap him like a true hunter. It was fierce battle of strength versus speed. The suit looks like a mismatched running outfit, Sonic. The lack of distant red boots makes the silhouette looks incredibly messy. And Connor's grand plan was to turn the entire city into wizards. Pathetic motivation. I still think it's interesting, Shadow. The chemistry between Peter and Gwen Stacy is so sweet. He breathes on her car window to write a message. It's way more realistic and emotional than the original trilogy. B tier is decent kind of forgettable. Somehow, Ben's death was more dumb than powerful. Mathematically, Shadow has a point about how it happened. In this version, Peter argues with the grocery store clerk over 2 cents, refuses to stop a thief, and then Uncle Ben gets shot, trying to wrestle a gun out of the thief's hand on the street. It felt a bit messy, logically. Shadow, that is so mean. It wasn't dumb. It was tragic. Uncle Ben was trying to do the right thing and be a hero, which is exactly what Peter needed to learn. But yeah, Sonic is right. The rest of the movie does blend together a bit compared to the original. Yeah, B tier fits perfectly. Andrew Garfield is great and his web swinging looks awesome, but the whole secret agent parents plotline and the wizard's plan just didn't stick the landing. Let's lock it in. Next is Amazing Spider-Man 2. Gwen was lost, just how I lost Maria. The movie hurts. The only thing good is the suit and the music. Yeah, this just stinks. Now Spider-Man has nothing to lose. Yeah, I think Mark Webb doesn't get the character. They were going to make the third one, but it got cancelled. He also made a Snow White remake. He should be banned from directing D tier. The loss of a companion is the heaviest burden a warrior can carry. Peter fought with everything he had, but the gravity and time were against him. He failed to protect his person, and that guilt will haunt his spirits forever. Whoa, straight to D tier. Shadow is not holding back today. But yeah, Tails, I remember reading about those leaked Sony emails. They had a wild plan for Amazing Spider-Man 3, like Peter using a serum to bring Uncle Ben and Gwen back from the dead. Sounds like canceling it was a blessing in disguise. A director who cannot honor the legacy of characters he commands deserves to be stripped off his rank. If his vision ruins a classic tale like Snow White and fractures the legend of Spider-Man, then D tier is just punishment. Exactly. A complete waste of my potential. Lock it in at the bottom. Next, we got Spider-Man Homecoming. Sonic, how come you never take me to Homecoming? Oh, look at the time. Wow, Peter Stark's suit has built an AI named Karen. That's crazy, right, Tails? Anyway, Homecoming is for high schoolers, Amy. We're too busy saving the world from Eggman to stand around in a gym drinking fruit punch. Actually, Sonic, high school dances usually operate on a very specific social schedule that doesn't quite fit our high-speed lifestyle. But look at Michael Keaton as the Vulture, using leftover alien Suetro technology to build a functional wing fight suit. That's incredible engineering. The Vulture Man has a point. He steals from the wealthy to provide food and shelter for his clan. He fights with a fierce desperation of a father, not just a common crook that makes him a formidable opponent for a young warrior like Parker. Parker spent half the movie whining about wanting to join the Avengers instead of focusing on his training. He relies too much on Stark's training wheels. though the plot twist when the vulture opens the front door as Liz's dad, high physiological tension. Sonic, don't change the subject. Peter literally left the dance to go fight crime because he knew it was the right thing to do. If you took me, we could fight robots and dance. It would be perfect. But fine, the movie is super cute. Tom Holland is adorable. Tell you what, Amy, I promise we can go out dancing later. Wait, really? You promise, Sonic? No running away at the last second because of Eggman's emergency? Oh my gosh, I need to pick out a dress right now. This is the best tier list season ever. Pathetic. The blue blur gets completely rattled by a simple question about a high school dance. If you spend less time making empty promises and more time focusing on the movie, we would actually finish the list. A warrior's word is unbreakable oath, Sonic. You have stated your intent before the entire squad. To break this promise now would be great dishonor upon your name. I will personally ensure you fulfill this duty. We're getting off track. Let's put this in A tier. Next is Spiderman Far From Home. Far away? Like how far? How far? Pretty much across the Atlantic Ocean, Amy. Peter goes on a school trip all the way to Venus, Prague, and London. It's a total whirlwind tour, kind of like blasting through a bunch of different world zones in one day. Exactly. And Mysterio's illusion tech during the final battle in London was brilliant, even if it was evil, using a swarm of weaponized combat drones cloaked in a massive holograph projection to fabricate elemental monsters. The processing power required for that real-time rendering is insane. The battle in United Kingdom was a true test of strategy. Parker could not rely on his eyes because the environment was an illusion. He had to trust his inner warrior instincts, his Parker tingle, to strike down the drones in the fog. It was a victory of pure spirit. Beck was a pathetic fraud who hid behind smoke and mirrors, but his combat choreograph was undeniable. The illusion sequence where he mentally tortures Parker with a zombie Iron Man, dark, calculated, effervescent, is the best part of the film. Oh, that zombie part was so mean. Poor Peter was trying to process his grief over Tony Stark. But Shadow is right. Seeing him swing around the Tower Bridge in London with all those explosions was absolutely epic. It really showed how much he grows. Okay, it's A tier. It's the best, and that ending where everyone knows him surprised me. Oh man, that cliffhanger was insane. J. Jonah Jameson just blasting Peter's face on the giant screen in the middle of Times Square. Talk about a total game changer. My identity is pretty much public knowledge, but for a guy who depends on a secret identity to protect his family, that's a nightmare scenario. Beck got the last laugh from beyond the grave, framing the hero terrorist and exposing his life the masses is a devastating tactical strike. It strips Parker of his sanctuary. A tier is well deserved for that ending alone. My jaw literally drops. Peter finally got together with MJ. Everything seems perfect, and then boom! His whole life gets turned completely upside down. It made me so anxious for what was going to happen next. Next, we got No Way Home. I love that film, but still, I have that scary Defoe in my dreams. Doc Ock looks like Eggman. Shadow, oh my gosh, you're totally right. Round body, crazy goggles, mechanical arms, Otto Octavius is literally just a slightly thinner Dr. Eggman with better hair. I can't unsee it now. Next time we fight Eggman, I'm calling him Doc Ock. Wow, structurally speaking, the silhouette comparison is actually pretty accurate, though Eggman's mechs are usually piloted externally, whereas Dark Ock Harness interfacts directly with his nervous system via artificial intelligence. But back in the multiverse, the magical containment spell bringing down was a massive multiversal anomaly. Eggman wishes he possesses the tactical strength of Octavius. Doc Ock shattered concrete bridges and ripped the armor off a modern Carrot with his bare mechanical claws. He is a fierce combatant, but the faux goblin, he has the eyes of a berserker. Don't compare a genius like Octavius to Eggman. But Rose is right to fear the foe in this one. When he laughed while Parker was repeatedly punching him in the face at the happy apartment, that isn't just scary, that is just a psychopath who thrives on pain. He completely broke Peter's spirit. Esther, I mean, this movie has everything. It really does have everything. It made me laugh, it made me terrified of the goblin, and it made me cry so hard when Aunt May passed away. But seeing Andrew Spider-Man save MJ from falling, I completely healed my heart after the last movie. This is the last one. Spider-Man Brand New Day. Honestly, I didn't expect the MCU to introduce mutants this fast. I watched this, and it's a good movie. The street level conflict was brilliant enough to keep my attention. But the plot twist is absurd. Even Rogue is falling for Peter Parker. She claims a man who can swing webs is the ultimate jewel thief, but she clearly just distracted by his costume. Hey, can you bring Rogue? Spidey's got style. Speaking of style, look, yeah, I like Amy until I met Jean Grey. I mean, Sadie Sink's character can literally read minds and move things with her brain. That is way faster than running. Sonic the Hedgehog, you did not just say that out loud. Jean Grey might have cosmetic telepathic powers, but let's see her try to technically block this hammer. Whoa, Amy, I could explain. I'm just messing with you. You know you're my number one. Jean Grey doesn't even have a giant pink mallet. See? Total joke. Now, little birds, focus. I think Spider-Man No Way Home is one of the best Spider-Man movies. The emotional stakes of Peter sacrificing his entire identity to save the multiverse was a true display of conviction. I agree. We see the Punisher and Hulk, and it was amazing. Wait, Shao, you're thinking of a sequel, Spider-Man Brand New Day. That is the one where John Bernthald's Punisher and Mark Ruffalo's Hulk actually show up to team up with Spidey. Fine, I'll let it slide for now, Sonic. But Tails is right. No Way Home was the super sad one with the free Spider-Man. Brand New Day is the new one where Bruce Banner plays a college professor and Frank Castle goes totally wild with a tank chase. Okay, it's S tier. No arguments here. Any movie that handles much mutant tech, gamma radiation, and multi-hero action perfectly deserves the highest rank on the board. Hooray! And Sonic, don't forget about our dance tonight. I already brought the perfect outfit to match the blue fur, and you promise you wouldn't run away this time. Wait, what? The dance? Tonight? Uh-oh. Boys, hey Tails, buddy, didn't you say the tornado needed immediate emergency? Calibrator allegement right this second? Like a super fast life or death medical emergency? You promised her a dance, Sonic, and we finally did it. All the Spider-Men. Well done. Now here's the ranking. S tier, Spider-Man Brand New Day, Spider-Man No Way Home, Spider-Man 2, and the original Spider-Man. A goes to Spider-Man Homecoming and Far From Home. B goes to The Amazing Spider-Man and Spider-Man 3. And D, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Thank you for this video, and I will see you next time.